Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing the all-new 2022 Genesis GV70. This is Genesis' smallest SUV and it's going to compete against the Mercedes-Benz GLC, BMW X3 and the Q3 from Audi. And the price on this Genesis GV70 is $58,000 and this thing is beautiful. But let me go ahead and review this GV70 for you guys and show you all the features this one has. Under the hood, there's going to be a 3.5 twin turbocharged V6 that is connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission. You could get this GV70 in 2.5 twin turbocharged 4-cylinder engine or this V6. This V6 produces 375 horses and 391 pound-feet of torque, and the fuel economy numbers are going to be 19 in the city, 25 highway, and 21 combined. Here is a MSRP sticker of this 2022 GV70. This one is the 3.5 and it does have the Sport Advanced package and the price is $58,000. If you guys are curious about the color is called Alta White and it does look pretty good on this GV70 and it does look like a baby GV80. And overall I think the design looks pretty good from the front. From the side it does look pretty good as well, but when I go to the back I'll show you how the back looks like because it's not my favorite. Here in the front the grille looks nice and big and it is finished in that blacked out chrome. And even the surrounding of the grille is going to be finished in that blacked out chrome. It does look pretty good and it has a really nice design to it. It does have a front facing camera with the Sport Advanced package and basically it gives you the 360 monitoring view in this GV70. For the headlights, everything right here in the front is going to be LED, which is expected of course from a luxury brand and especially for an SUV that is $58,000, almost $59,000. I really like the daytime running lights. Basically they're going to be 2 strips and I love the dual headlight housing. I think it does look very good and Genesis is using that design on all their cars now, and overall I love the headlight design and I love the fact that everything is nice and bright. The turn signal indicators are going to be basically in the same spot as the daytime running lights and they basically just switch to amber when you activate the turn signal indicators. Genesis logo is in the center and I really love the lines on the hood. There are going to be 2 lines on the sides, but I'm not a big fan of what Genesis did here. The hood is literally on top of the fender. Probably it's really hard to see it with this white color, but the hood is actually sitting right on top of the fender. I'm not exactly sure why. And right here, I'm not exactly sure why Genesis did it this way. So basically the hood sits right on top of the bumper. I don't really like this design. I think that Genesis should have made it like nice and flush. So I'm not sure what's the purpose of doing it this way. There are going to be some fake vents in the bottom, but the side curtain is going to be functional. There's going to be a sensor right there and there's going to be a side sensor on the bumper. Lower portion is going to be finished in gloss black. It does look very good. And in the center, this is the sensor for the braking assist, and there are going to be more sensors, more parking sensors in the bottom. And I really love the bottom portion of the bumper. Like the splitter looks amazing. Basically it has a lip and then it has like a lip extension right underneath it, so it does look very good and I really like those 2 lines right here. Here is a side view of this Genesis GV70. I think Genesis did a good job with the design, but I'm not a big fan of the back window. The way how it's placed and the way how it looks, I don't think it looks that good. And this is what I think, but you guys let me know what you think about that back window. The window sills are going to be finished in blacked out chrome, which is very good. I'm glad that there is no chrome right here on the side. And the lower portion of the doors, they're going to be a blacked out trim, but does not continue all the way to the back right there. I'm not a big fan of that design all the way in the back. I think it does look cheap and just basically cheap plastic. They're going to be a nice aggressive line that starts from the headlights, goes all the way to the tail lights, but does kind of fade away when it reaches the tail lights, but it is nice and sharp in the middle, right underneath the mirror and right on top of the door handles. And the door handles are going to be finished in the same color as the SUV, but the top portion of them is going to be finished in blacked out chrome. The mirror is going to be finished in white, but the lower part is going to be finished in gloss black, and I really like that. And on the mirror, they're going to be a camera for the 360 monitor view system in this GV70. It does look very good. So they're going to be basically two cameras on the mirrors, one in the front and one in the back. And the mirror has turn signal indicators, and this SUV has roof rails. They're going to be finished in gloss black, and the spoiler does look good. It sticks out a little bit and just gives this SUV a nicer look. For the rims, I'm not a big fan of those rims. They look okay, nothing crazy about them, nothing really special. But if you get the GV70 with the Prestige package, the Sport Prestige package, basically those rims are really nice. They are 21 and they look very, very good, much better than these ones. And the size of those ones, they are going to be 235, 55, 19. As I said, they look alright, nothing really crazy, nothing really special about those rims. But let's go ahead and move to the back of this SUV and I'll show you how it looks like from the back. Here is the back of this Genesis, and the back view looks alright. Not really my favorite, to be honest, but you guys let me know what you think. I think Genesis could have done a little bit better job with the back of this GV70. It does have a spoiler, and they're going to be a little bit of gloss black right there. And the third brake light is going to be basically a strip that starts from the side and continues to the other side, and it does look very, very good on this GV70. And it does have a wiper, and here is the button to open the tailgate. There are going to be 3 ways to open the tailgate, and the tail lights have a nice look. They're very, very long, and you could see them from the side. Everything is LED. Genesis is going to be written in the back. It's not spaced out as the G70 sedan. They're basically very close. The letters are very, very close. The GV70 badge is going to be all the way to the left. All-wheel drive with the 3.5 twin turbocharged badge all the way to the right. And the bottom, I think it doesn't look good at all. I think this is very cheap. I really wish that Genesis went with gloss black here in the back. I think it would have looked really, really good. There's going to be some reflectors in the bottom. And again, guys, I'm not a big fan of that plastic. Here is the backup camera. It does have a nice diffuser, and the reverse lights are going to be in the bottom. And for the exhaust tips, they're massive, but they are fake, and the exhaust pipe is going to be actually all the way inside. Here is a key. Looks good, has a really nice weight to it, and it does have 8 buttons on it: lock, unlock, trunk release, panic. Does have a button to turn on the lights at night to see around you. Does have the smart park and remote start. To remote start the SUV, just click on the lock button once and then hold down the remote start button. Let's go ahead and do that because I want to show you the smart park. The SUV is currently on, and this 3.5 V6 sounds really, really good. And let's say if you want to move the SUV to the front or to the back, you could click either button. And it is in reverse, and it's going to start reversing. So very nice. Let's say if you are stuck, if you're parked and 2 cars are very close to you, you could simply do that and get the SUV out of the parking spot. To open the trunk, there are going to be 3 different ways. There is one on the key, there is one on the tailgate, and there is one inside. So let me go ahead and show you the button. Just click on it, it will open. Tailgate opens nice and quick. And up there are going to be 2 buttons, one to close the tailgate and one to close the tailgate and lock the SUV. And coming inside, there is a ton of space inside of this GV70. The loading floor is a little bit on the higher side, but to getting in things and taking them out, it's super easy. Basically, it's very easy to slide things out and slide things in. And there's going to be a storage place all the way to the right, 12 volt, and there's going to be a light, and you could drop the seats down with those handles. And underneath, there's going to be a little bit of storage place, and there's going to be a spare tire. Here are the jack and the jack tools, and the spare tire is actually right underneath this right here. Let's see if I could open this. And here is a spare tire. Here is the door handle. It is finished in a little bit of chrome up top and the same color as the SUV. It does have a sensor right behind it. That's how you unlock the SUV. And to lock it, just go ahead and tap on this sensor. Here is the door panel. Door panel looks very good on this SUV. Top portion is going to be wrapped in leather, nice and smooth. I love the stitching right here. And it does have a little bit of brushed aluminum, and it does have a little bit of flat black right underneath that brushed aluminum. I really wish it was gloss black, but still I think it looks good. This is going to be wrapped in leather. Stitching, door handle is a little bit on the lighter side. Tweeter, memory seats, window switches, mirror controls, everything looks very good. It does have auto folding mirrors, which is expected. And this is beautiful. This is basically a light right underneath of this design. It lights up and it looks amazing at night. And in the bottom, there's going to be a good amount of storage place. This is going to be actually soft. It's that synthetic rubber material. A speaker and another speaker in the bottom. It does have Lexicon sound system. And here are the seats. Very, very comfortable. Love the design. It does have the quilted seats, basically the diamond looking seats. And here are the seat controls. It does have lumbar support, and it does have the Argo massaging seats, or the Argo motion seats, basically some waves in the seats. Very nice and very good for longer commutes. But let's go ahead and move inside this GV70 and I'll show you how it looks like from the inside. Alright, so here is the interior of this Genesis GV70. It does look very good, and it has a really nice interior. It has its own unique look, so I really like that. I'm glad that they did not go with the same design as the GV80 and the G80. So I'm glad that the climate controls are different. It does have the same screen, which is a 14.5-inch screen. It does look very, very good. And the steering wheel looks amazing. I prefer the steering wheel over the Genesis GV80 and G80. So this one is more, it's basically sportier than those two cars. The buttons are going to be basically a whole button, but each button has its own individual button right underneath this whole button. And I really, really like what they did. It is finished in gloss black. They're going to be a good amount of brushed aluminum. Steering wheel design looks good. It does have a good amount of 10 and 2 grip, so they're nice and thick. Steering wheel overall looks good. The leather is nice and smooth. It does have the volume controls, voice command, and the phone control favorite button. And I really love the stitching on the steering wheel. All the way to the right, they're going to be the smart cruise controls, the lane keep, the steering assist, adaptive cruise control, and basically the cruise control controls or buttons on the right. This button right here will control the screen in the middle. This one does not have the digital cluster display. So basically the gauges are going to be analog, but the center is going to be an LCD screen. And you could scroll and go through a few things. So that's nice. And to the left, they're going to be the headlight controls. Love the design on those controls. And it does have paddle shifters. They feel nice and solid. And the sound is very good. And they're going to be the wiper controls for the front and back. And all the way to the left, they're going to be a few buttons. The engine start stop. And those are going to be finished in gloss black. I really love that they're finished in gloss black instead of flat black like those buttons in the bottom. It does have the branch control, hill descent, and the traction control. Love the brushed aluminum, and I really like the ambient lighting in this GV70. Trunk release button, and the e-brake, I really wish it had like a nicer look to it. And here is a screen. It's a 14.5-inch screen. It does look good. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Here is the backup camera, and the 360 and the backup camera are very, very clear, and it does have that 3D view. It does look very, very good, so you could see the cars right next to you. And this system is seriously amazing. I think this is part of the Sport Advanced package, which this one has. And overall, the screen looks good. nice and responsive, great system, and just it looks amazing. There is so many things that you could go through. You could see the climate controls from there. You could change the ambient lighting, and you could do a lot of things. There is sound of nature. Basically, you could play some really cool, relaxing sounds. So very nice. And coming down, you will have a very good looking AC vents. And by the way, I forgot to actually comment about this, but they're going to be a really nice design right here. That design floats from the door, goes all the way up and around the dash, and then it keeps going. I think it does look very good. And the dash is going to be wrapped in leather, very nice and soft. Even this is going to be wrapped in leather, and I really like the stitching. It does have the engine start stop, and it does have the fingerprint. You could turn on your SUV this way. This is the first Genesis that has a fingerprint in the United States. So the G80s, G70s, and GV80s do not have it. I'm not exactly sure if other countries have it on the GV80s and the G80s and the G70s, but this is the first Genesis that the United States has with a fingerprint. And here are the climate controls, very easy to use. Here is the fan speed, and it does have AC button right here. It does have heated steering wheel, 2 stages, and it does have the cold seats. And when we click a button, basically when you click something, it gives you that haptic feedback. Here are the modes. You could move the modes up and down, whatever position you want. And the passenger has their own climate controls. This SUV has dual climate controls. Here is the temperature. Basically there's a built-in screen, an off button, and it does have a sync feature, an auto function. Here are the hard buttons right underneath the climate controls. Click on map, and that will take you straight to map. And here is the emergency light button and a few other things. It does have a wireless phone charger, 2 USBs, and you could close this cover if you want to. And this is nice and not soft, but it does have a really nice texture to it. Feels good, doesn't feel cheap, but even it is actually finished in plastic, but very good quality plastic. Drive modes, parking sensor button. Here is a button to turn on the camera system. It does have volume knob, tune knob, controls to control the screen, and this wheel right here will control the screen. So you could go back, left and right, and it does have a really nice sound to it. Feels good, and overall looks really nice. And the sides are going to lit up just like the doors, so that's good. Here is a shifter that will control the 8-speed automatic transmission. Move it to the left, it will put it in reverse. Move it to the right, it will put it in drive. And move it slightly to the left, it will put it in neutral. Here is the park button. It does have brake hold, and cup holders are good size. And here is the armrest, nice and soft. Inside there is a good amount of storage place with a removable tray, and it does have a 12 volt. And up there are going to be the rear view mirror. It's frameless, good size, and it does have the garage control buttons. And right here they're going to be the lights and the sunroof control. It does have touch sensitive light button, even for the other side as well. And it does have a button to turn on all the lights in this GV70. And I really love the fact that Genesis paid attention to the detail inside of those lights. And it does have the sunglasses holder, feels good, and it has a really nice sound to it. And it does have a panoramic sunroof. Here is a visor. Feels nice and solid. It is finished in Alcantara, just like the headliner. And they're going to be a light, and they're going to be a good size mirror. Here is a back door panel. Genesis, of course, did not cheap out back here. This top portion is going to be nice and soft. Love that stitching. Does have that brushed aluminum, more of that stitching. The armrest is a little bit on the harder side, but it does have a really nice design to it. Door handle feels very light, tweeter, and does have the window switch right here, automatic up and down, door locks, small cubby, and I love that design right here in the back. And by the way, this is lit as well, so the back is going to have that light just like the front. And it does have a storage place in the bottom. This is going to be soft, and it does have a speaker in the bottom. And back seats are nice and spacious. This front seat is actually moved to the back, and does have a handle or a lever here in the back to adjust the recline of the back seats. Headroom is very good, and this panoramic sunroof looks very good. It goes all the way to the back, which is nice. And the headliner is going to be finished in Alcantara or suede, and does have an armrest, nice and soft, 2 cup holders, good size, and brushed aluminum around them. And they're going to be 2 AC vents, a good size storage place, 2 USBs, and an AC 115 volt AC outlet. And as you guys see, the ambient lighting goes around the armrest. And here is how the front of this GV70 looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2022 Genesis GV70. I would like to thank Firas and Key Genesis in Milford, Connecticut for providing me this beautiful 2022 Genesis GV70. If you guys are interested, I'm going to go ahead and put the information and link at the bottom of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And as always, I'll see you next time.